Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is DJ and welcome back to OrbitWars. Now, if this looks weird and kind of strange, that's because this one isn't done at all. This is basically going to be half of what is to come for the game. Right now, this is going to be the most update-friendly OrbitWars map there is. And the reason that I didn't make this an entire void world is because I have to hook up a redstone contraption that slowly eats away this grass. And it's not that it takes a long time, I would just leave it on while I sleep. But it's that it crashes the game if I have it too high, but too low, and it seems to just stop. So I have to keep, let it get to like here, then stop it, go back into Minecraft, make it go to here, then here, then here. It's really annoying. So for right now, this is what we have. From what I've tested, I don't think you can, without some sort of like ender pearl or whatever, jump on to the thing. You're just gonna fall in the void. So yeah. If it sounds echoey or anything like that, then that's because right now we're actually working on the room that I'm in. Yeah, even with a nice jump, you couldn't really do that. Maybe over here at purple, because it kind of looks a bit closer. But yeah, this is going to be a very update-friendly map. Maybe from up here you could do it. Yeah, it's not really possible. So, how this is going to work is pretty simple. It's basically like normal OrbitWars, or actually it's closer to. This is basically just a revamp. And this, I am on PS4. Just show you by, or prove it by doing that. I don't know. This is PS4, but I have a keyboard hooked up because Bedrock Edition with controller is just disgusting. So, just in case you didn't know that, if you play on PC or something. But yeah. So, you would start here, and we kind of mixed up the different things. So, the original OrbitWars had a lot of flaws. Maybe from it being so easy to cheat, from just breaking doors to taking other beds to making new beds, all the way to stuff like you know, it just not being very, picking a color wouldn't really do anything. Like, you know, the only thing that it would do is make your armor different and harder to see, just like your wool. That's why black and stuff were really good things that would blend in with the environment, especially if it was dark out. And also it just was closer to different enchantment book generators. That's not really what we're doing here. We're gonna actually have a lot of fixes with this. So anyway, the original OrbitWars had a lot of problems. The second, or actually third map, the second map was the Skyrim Bedroom version. Bedroom was a Skyrim themed one, but it didn't really fit. That was kind of just a side thing. That was to like be more of a hardcore one where you lost your items. You know, the map was much bigger, stuff like that. And the third installment was supposed to be a replacement for the first. Not replacement, but it was supposed to fix a lot of the bugs. So it was basically impossible to break into the generators. Along with it being like the different colors would give you different like arrows, chances of different arrows. Not really cutting it there though. When you flicked the lever to get arrows, um, you would either get, there would be like a 1 in 9 chance of getting a special arrow, and that would change depending on your base color. This time around, we've made all of those things much better, and right now it's very, very dull. You have cobblestone, iron, actually a lot of different, 8 different enchantment book generators, and then diamond. Pretty simple. Only thing that's changing for generator wise is that the generators are cooler looking, and they are much, much more advanced than the last. They look cooler, and you'll see, this is all bedrock. The actual command block is completely secured in bedrock, so you can't get to it at all. Also, these all have wooden buttons instead of the standard, or sorry, stone instead of wood. Wood, that's for the enchantment books, that way you don't spam them. So that's cool. Also, you have these lights because it is slightly darker out, and underneath you can finally see what generator you're at. So as to, whoops, which was the one? Uh-oh. Forget which one that was. There we go. So, there we go. Now you have a indicator of which generator you have. So whether it be iron blocks for iron, cobblestone for cobblestone, obviously. Purple is supposed to simulate enchanted books, and of course diamond blocks are for, you know, diamonds. The problem here is most of the time you're going to have problems with generators, whether it being broken into or losing track of it. Those are both gone. Only things that, and you can't change this, but the only problems that are available are breaking the buttons and stuff. You can't fix that at all. So anyway, putting a lever there will help actually, and that's not technically a rule yet. I did put them on the cobblestone generators and all the generators in here. So yeah. But anyway, oh yeah, each base is exactly the same for their builds, and everything's basically the same and completely symmetric. So here we have green base. The only thing that's different about this is the bed color, the banner, and the top ring. The items that you get inside are gonna change, but yeah. Same with red, purple, and cyan. These are my 4 favorite colors that you can get in Minecraft. Whoops. Crap. I thought something like black, white, orange, yellow wouldn't fit right now. I don't really like white and black would just kind of suck. Brown would just be boring. Orange and yellow would almost be, I don't really like those colors. Normal green and the 2 different types of blue, and then the 2 different types of like pinkish purple. I don't like those colors as much as the other variants. So these 2 over, or this one over these 2, this one over this, cyan over these 2, and purple over those. These are all like the boring ones. They're just kind of meh. But you know, the designs for the generators are really, really weird. Something like this, I didn't want to make it this because that would just look really stupid. So I did add a backing to most of these just to make it look like it's supported. I don't know. But sure enough, when you do flick this, it'll give you a piece of cobblestone, and you can flick that as fast as you want because it is a lever. The iron will of course give you a piece of iron, and diamond and goopy diamond. We'll talk about the 8 different generators for that in a second. So on to the interesting stuff. This does have a beacon, and if you're wondering about the last thing about the generators that we're going to probably talk about for a while, other than what's inside the enchantment books, is I actually have barriers here, so you can't get into this, and there's barriers on each one. I made sure that, you couldn't really get into any of these, so very, very useful. Now, what's in these bases are really, really crazy. This is where it's going to change up the game a lot, and I feel like this is going to be either the turning point where people say no, or the saving, like, the best thing ever. Because, oh yeah, and I intentionally put up at the top left 115. I intentionally did that. I feel like it if you don't know what that is, it's a zombies thing, Call of Duty zombies thing. You have anvils for the enchantment books, and you also have XP bottles. Now, you would have to manually do that, so just in case you were wondering. Concrete, that changes on whatever color your base is. You get wood, it is always spruce, so just to mention that. Food, it is always steak, and arrows, always the same arrows. So you're probably wondering what's different about this, and you see these 2 chests. This is the turning point. So not only is each of the armor, and these are enchanted, they're just all red armor, and then green, or lime, cyan, and purple. The bow is going to stay the same, but here's the 2 things that really are going to make these up. So if we actually, I'll make a quick thing for you. Whoops, pressing the wrong button. So right here we have red, lime, cyan, and purple have their own special arrow type and special item. These special items are what are going to change up the game, along with the arrows. Each player, and there's 2 max, would get 32 arrows. One, or depends how much of the special items, and then this always stays the same. It's just these 2. And I know what this kind of looks like. I didn't mean for that, but we're just gonna get past it. So, red base has, where is it? Decay arrows, which are very, very useful for just anything. It does a crap ton of damage. You're not going to get lost with, poison not being able to actually kill the enemy. The only thing that poison does better, in my opinion, is you can see the particles better. So something like, you know what? I think I actually... So, the thing that, 30-second weakness will do better, and actually I would suggest a 1-minute water breathing could be intentionally a god tier thing, because it doesn't help the enemy, but it doesn't hurt them. But it helps you. So, if your enemy's hiding behind cover, let's say I'm... do a little test here. So, right now, I'm right here, and my enemy is, let's just say, over here. He's not going to be able to see me, but if he already shot me with an arrow, he will see the particles, and the trail will, it'll just be a lot easier to see them. That's why some arrows like that are good. You gotta just think outside the box a little bit. For the special ability, this is the point where I think it really is going to either, I don't know yet. We'll talk about that later, but you have very overpowered arrow, in my opinion, with, and I catered red towards what I like. We'll get to this in a second, but I love decay arrows. They're my favorite type of arrows, and in my opinion, the most useful. Ender pearls are obviously overpowered in every game that they're in. Usually they're just super overpowered. Something like, I don't know, survival games, really overpowered. You can just rush somebody super fast. Clash of Guilds, my friend's map, super overpowered. Because of how the actual game works. this map I feel like it's going to be no different. The only thing that's going to have as a downside, which I think is really important, is aim. If you're right here, the chances of you throwing an ender pearl and hitting something, just like, we'll just throw it, I'm probably not going to hit something. It'll either land me down in the void, which I don't know if it goes off, or just stays there forever, or hitting the ground, which means I would have to run and fall off into the void. Pretty big problem. You know, it's kind of annoying. So that's red. I feel like that's going to be one of the more dominant ones. Cyan, I don't think is going to be good, and here's why. You have, I kind of compensated with the arrows, but really bright colors mixed with really good arrows. I think these are actually really good. It will stop parkours. It will stop just running in general. So, and then you have this is not going to help. This is bad. This is the only thing I think. I don't know. Cyan. Let me see what it's close to. Actually, we're going to wait for that. But yeah, Cyan's not going to be the best. Lime is definitely going to be a contender for some people, because it gives you weakness arrows, which are 11 seconds. That's the most time we have. Actually, no, it's not. But yeah, that's kind of good. But we had to compensate because it actually has one of the better things, the Elytra. Once again, super bright armor, but I don't know. Elytra's definitely going to be really good. Really good. Finally, purple. I feel like blue's the worst. Purple's right above that. Here's why. First glance, really weird, because this armor looks kind of strange. I did, in fact, make it slightly darker. The reason that I did that is because I wanted purple to have a slight advantage. You have, I'll say, pretty meh items. Scaffolding can definitely be a useful item. As useful as like an Elytra, I don't know. Poison arrows, I don't know. 15 seconds, it's definitely good. As good as Decay and Turtle Master, I don't know. But in the conclusion, red I think is going to be overpowered. Whatever. Blue I think is going to be very bad. Lime I think is actually going to be really good. Not as good as red, but still really good. Purple I think is going to be kind of average. It has nice armor. It has good armor. Decent item, decent arrows. Overall, not bad, but you know, it's kind of meh. The reason I gave Ender Pearls to red is because I'm gonna pick red most of the time because it fits my playstyle, kind of aggressive, you know, in their face. But you know, I really good arrows, and I'm really good at the bow on keyboard and mouse. So, you know, give or take. But I feel like I can control how good I use the Ender Pearls. If I'm really losing, like everyone else has diamond armor, maybe, I don't know if this is over the top, but enchanted items, stuff like that. And I have really nothing. I know this is probably not going to happen because usually I just rush straight to get items as soon as the game starts. But if someone's like, if they're all fighting and destroy their bed, and then if I have two, and I don't know if I'm going to allow getting two because I don't want everyone to be able to get both chests, but once again, they're probably going to do it anyway. So if I have the two Ender Pearls, I could easily throw it over there, get their bed, throw it back, and I'll be perfectly safe. Also, this is a patented bed system. It's not, but I do love this bed system. This is probably my best so far. It's the reason I did this entire base thing is because I wanted everyone to be occupied, and I really wanted XP balls to be in the front. just because that's where the door is, so you could easily, F5 just to see what's going on with your bed. But wood's right there, but I think concrete's gonna be better for a lot of people. But we have arrows, food, these are over here. Concrete's over here, so. Now the beds, they're down. So if you're in there and you just look out, you might not be right away able to see if they're broken. Also gives you better protection choice, so that's cool, because they're lower than the ground. Also, I feel like it's going to be kind of interesting because if you're getting items, you're not going to be able to see if your bed's getting destroyed or not. So it really does make it harder for you as a player to destroy your bed. A lot of people are going to take extra time dying in the void if they're like over here. And the tactic was, if you see someone going for your bed and you can immediately attack them, you just jump off and you'll be fine. But yeah. Finally, last but not least, let's get to these. Red is closer to knockback. Definitely a good one. I think that's going to give red a slight advantage. That much, I don't know. Compared to what else we have, we'll see. We'll get to these in a second, and you see why this is kind of the normal purple block, and that's the pillar. We'll get to that. Power over at green side, or sorry, blues, not the best. So once again, blues kind of in the dust. Green is over near sharpness, probably the weakest out of them all, but and then over at purple, once again getting punch, which is the best. Also I have 2 hoppers, and then I have the dispenser, so that's gonna prevent people from. Oh yeah, that's another thing about the generators. Better quality. So those are more weapon based, and then these are more armor and tool based. So this one has thorns, very good. That's in between blue and red. Very solid. Green and blue have efficiency, something that a lot of people have been talking about. We'll see if it's good or not. If you're going, I don't know if I'm probably going to allow people to get obsidian, so that's going to be really good for people doing that. Feather falling, I mean, it's not really that good in my opinion, but it's nice to have. And then finally, projectile protection, so that's going to be really nice. I don't know if this is going to be the perfect layout, because having 8 different enchantments, you would have feather falling, and then projectile protection, thorns, sharpness, knockback, punch, power, efficiency. That's a lot of stuff to do. So this is meant for like builds. Something like red, you're closer to knockback and closer to projectile protection and closer to thorns, so more of a rushing type of thing. Purple is definitely going to be more of a sit back, relax, get your diamond armor or whatever, then just chill back with decent arrows, scaffolding to build your base up a little bit. Maybe if you wanted to have it like right here, so like you can peek up and snipe people. Plus you're close to what is it? Projectile protection. And you're also close to, what is this, thorns. So, or not thorns, feather falling, which isn't really going to help you, but I think thorns with green would also be really good, but you also have punch, which with your bow is, I think purple's actually going to be pretty balanced. Green and red I think green's going to be slightly OP, red I think is going to be just max OP. But yeah. Now talking about something that a lot of people are going to talk about, why cobblestone and why the switch from concrete, or sorry, wool to concrete, and what is going to be the best building material. So cobblestone, the only thing you can really do with cobblestone is make cobblestone tools. You could, if you wanted to, make a furnace, but that's not going to help you at all. You could build like walls, which you can't do with concrete. Walls and also stairs, which you could do with wood, but walls definitely going to be interesting, I guess. I don't know. You could just have iron bars, but I guess walls would be probably more secure. I don't know. So not much going for stone at first glance. Concrete, it's easy to get. It's nice and hard, you know. Can't really get broken into, especially if you're ever protecting your bed. Wood is an interesting one. Wood's probably the safest to bet right off the bat, just, you know, just looking at it, because you can make sticks, slabs, stairs, tools, a bunch of different stuff with it, ladders, compared to concrete, which you can't do anything with. But the big advantage here is concrete is harder than wood, harder to get into. It's right here, readily available, very nice. The cons, though, is that it's very easy to tell who has that type of concrete. If you place that down as a red player, everyone else is going to know, alright, red has already been to there. Very, very suspicious. Wood, you're not going to do that. Also, it's very readily available. But I do think I'm going to be adding flint and steel. So, kind of a con there. Obviously, we already talked about woods, you know. These two, I think, are kind of balanced. Having a decent amount of wood on you is going to be good, especially now. Cobblestone has all the good things. Can't be burnt. You can make stuff like stairs and slabs with it, and walls if you wanted to go that way. Nice hard material, and overall, pretty good. The only problem is you need to get over there and away from your base to actually get it. So it's very easy and unsafe, because, well, it's easy for attackers to glide over here and destroy your bed. Not good. One thing a lot of people are going to do, oh, also, if you're a solo player, it's going to be much better because both of your beds are, because when one bed usually gets destroyed, you can sleep in the other one. It's not, you know, it's a rule that I've talked about. You know, you can do it. You just couldn't make other beds. But in this game, most of the time, both of them are going to get took out. So if you take out both of them, it's not really going to help you. But some people might actually break this and use it to their advantage. So if you're up here and let's say you don't have a ender pearl or whatever, you can jump down, place it, and boom, you would jump up and you'd be safe. So I don't know. Also, I want to talk about the banners. I don't know, this one it's kind of cool. Not really that cool, but you have the fangs, the bottom fangs, which are made of bricks. That's actually kind of cool. And then the skull, because I like skeletons. I don't know why. It's just anything that they're in, or they just look cool. For some reason, purple doesn't have theirs. I'll add them in a second. I know green does. Yeah, there we go. Kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. Blues, I actually think is kind of subtle, but it looks cool. Just kind of like a owl or something, or a cat. I don't know. Not really a cool looking cat. It's just like a house cat, I guess. Up here I do have a very nice hidden spot. All the stuff that you can get. Here's purples. Don't worry about this stuff. we'll get to that sometime in the future. So this is purple. From at first glance, it doesn't really look like anything, but I think it looks actually kind of cool. Well, that was actually kind of cool. I don't know. I do have other designs, but I just didn't add them. So far, this looks good, but my plans is to add 1, 2, 3, 4 more bases, and a lot of stuff in between. And I also want to give a quick notice to these people that are saying, I know not that many people think about this, but the difference between straight line bases, which are like ones that are directly connected like this in a straight line, other than diagonal ones which go out like this, like bases that are over there will have different, like maybe instead of cobblestone you could get, I don't know, like something cool, like the color black, and it would be really cool because for your concrete it would be a mix of, like, maybe you could have like red concrete or something, so it looks like that's red base going over there, but really it's just you. I don't know how that would work, but you could also get like maybe invis potions or something. But so far, it looks very simple, and it really is, but usually the more simple it is, the better. So that is, what is it again? OrbitWars Vortex. I'm excited for it. There's going to be some more things on the way, mainly like Bed Wars stuff, but right now I don't have as much time to build because of the stuff getting worked on. So we'll probably play it sometime soon, so you know, that's cool. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. If you have any questions or ideas or anything like that, or honestly, I don't care if it's hate or not. If this map looks bad to you, tell me what looks bad about it, what I should change, what I should do to make it better. You guys, your advice. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.